just unplug. Just mean I unplug from everything.
Take the first exit onto Hedgerley Lane.
This way? No, that's no exit.
No, that's the drive-through exits here.
Yeah, so like meaning I don't really look at my phone unless I need to do something. And literally I just don't really have any plan other than doing
Exit the roundabout onto Hedgerley Lane, then
Just
use
like
the
a day
middle
off,
lane
yeah.
to turn
Yeah,
right
so I
onto
just do
A355.
what I feel like
Use the
doing.
middle lane to turn
Yeah.
right onto A355.
Fair enough.
So
In 200 yards at the roundabout, take the
Yeah.
first exit onto the A40 slip road to Birmingham, Wicked.
Did Siri say wicked? Oh,
it's Google Maps, not Siri.
oh sorry.
So that's how I know I can keep the consistent, bang, event, training, coaching, dealing in the property business, meetings with team, coaching sessions, mentoring sessions, designing programs, designing online training. So a lot of people, they talk about burnout and things, if I'm taking care of myself, if I'm taking care of the vehicle, then I don't really see this thing around burnout.
If you're kind of balancing your life.
Yeah, if I'm balancing it, meaning I'm getting, I'm working out, I'm meditating, I'm writing my goals down, I'm inspiring myself with, new knowledge from reading books, from listening to audio programs. They may be motivational, they may be content-based, it may be around some particular thing that I want to know. So by doing that, it keeps me all fresh. I go into the day and my plan is all organised. I've got strategies, I've got systems all in place that allow me to just, go with the flow and deal with one step at a time.
Yeah.
Because without a schedule, without a plan, without a strategy in place, without a system, then the difficulty is that a lot of it has to be in your head. Yeah, and then if it's in your head, sometimes it can cause a lot of procrastination because you don't know what to deal with first.
That's what I think I need. I need a bit more structure in my life. Okay, so I wake up a lot more. I wake up at this time. I do this. I work out. I come back home. I eat, and then I go into work. I work on this until this time. Whatever, and then this. So I just need. What I think I'm missing structure.
Yeah. So what people do is confuse structure with like a framework. That's why in all our trainings and programs that we do as well, we teach people frameworks. Because if you got a structure, the problem is it can become restrictive.
Yeah.
So then there's no room to create because it's too structured. You know what I mean? But if you've got a framework, which is just a principle that keeps you on track, that you can live by. So it's more like a framework is more allowing you to live in a philosophy or by a philosophy. So you have a philosophy for life, or another name for that is like a mission. So I call it a mission. So we have a strategy that we run in all of our businesses, which is called the MGOTS, which is the strategy, goal, outcome, targets, and schedule. Yeah, and it's like a cake with the ingredients. You gotta have all the ingredients
To make it work.
Yeah, you can't just have the schedule and think, I'm scheduling my day now, I'm going to do this, this and this. You can't just have targets, which other people might either call like a to-do list or action list. You can't just have that and then schedule a time, because you've got to have outcomes. Because I tell you what the problem is, people get so attached and addicted to ticking off things on a checklist, or they become action orientated and they're like, yeah, I'm taking action, da, 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 da. What happens is they become very busy, but they don't produce anything. Yeah.
And do you sit down and write your MGOTs every single day?
No, we do that once a week, and we do that as a team, and I do that with each business. So the people for each business, I meet with them. We go over the mission, make sure we're living the mission, make sure we feel on purpose in regards to the mission. Because here's the thing, I heard Gary Vee say it one time. He said, you don't work, that people don't work for you. If you're a CEO or owner of a company and you think that the people work for you, you're screwed. He's like, you work for them.
Yeah, I heard that.
And I see what he's saying. But the truth is, people don't work for you. I don't think you work for them. You're all in line with a mission.
You're just one team working for the same goal.
And people have different attachments to mission. The mission, I feel, is I'm totally on purpose. But traveling all over the world, working with some great leaders that are doing some amazing things in business and in training and helping people, is that all the missions, they all lead to the same place, which is assisting others. It all leads to the same place, and everybody's doing it in different. Like today, the training, the lady stood up and she starts talking about she wants to help the children. She wants to save the children. That's her flavor. She wants to go to a place and create something that children don't have to live in the hardship that maybe she's had in her life. I could feel that when she was talking, that she's had a lot of hardship, a lot of tough time in her life, which many people have, but I could really feel it from a deeper level, and she realised a lot of things. So what I'm saying is, everybody's mission is leading to the same place eventually, no matter how it's packaged or how it's delivered or how you describe it, it's all leading to the same place. So when you're in a business, people don't work for me. Sometimes people even might think that they work for me, but they don't. You work for the mission. People are doing it for a higher purpose. And that's the first thing that you got to get people in tune with. Then there's obviously the layers of making a business work, having rules that people are going to play by to hold each other accountable, using systems to help lead and teach the team to be able to ultimately sell whatever problem, product, challenge that it is that we're solving. So it's very simple, and everybody knows it's very simple, and the challenge is not the business strategies, the challenge is people,
their beliefs and what.
Of course, and that's why it's so important to get everyone aligned, and that's why they haven't got a strategy. It's very cool. I've got businesses where people are working all over the place. You know that. What we do is we get aligned, and then as it kind of starts to get delegated of what is the mission, then what's the goal? Okay, based on this mission, what are the goals we're going to head for? What's the 20-year goals? What's the 1-year goal? And then what outcomes are going to happen for the quarter that are going to get us closer to this 1-year goal, which in turn gets us closer to the 20-year goal, which in turn is allowing us to live the mission in a bigger, better way. So then, once we've got these outcomes that are clear, then targets that we need to set could start being delegated further down the line. And then people are given targets that they need to hit, and they can schedule these targets in and say, right, okay, I got this target to hit to contribute towards this outcome, so I'm going to schedule 9 till 12 on Monday morning. I'm going to schedule this much time to be able to get me closer to that, to be able to hit this target. So it's literally very simple. It's literally a business making machine. But the main thing is, again, that's another business strategy that's very simple. The challenge is the people. So it's about getting the people all aligned. As Napoleon Hill calls it, it's like interviewing 16,000 people, 5% of them were successful, 95% of them were not successful. And he said the one thing that every successful person had in common is that they had a definite chief aim. They were all heading towards something very specific, which allowed them to make decisions, which allowed them to, work out who do they need to connect with, what knowledge do they need to acquire to get them closer to this. It's no different from right now. We're traveling in a car, and I've put a specific location into this sat nav. It's no different.
And what would you say for people who say don't know like what they want or what's their specific goal or destination?
That you better start working on it. I mean, that's one of the reasons I put a program together. It's an online program for goal setting. I mean, there's a lot of misunderstanding around goal setting and even the term goal setting, but the reason we called it that still is because people understand it. I mean, the truth is, it is like a life designing system. And following that life designing system is called the experiential goal setting system, because it's an experience and it's about experience. So it actually helps you go through a system where you work out what it is you want and why you want it. And it's really awesome how it works, because people get there in many different ways. There's no fixed route on how people get there. Some people get there through the process of elimination, meaning they write some stuff down, and then all of a sudden what happens is they stop writing that stuff down as what it is they want to achieve anymore. Either they forget or realise that it's boring, or it's not really what they want. It was just some kind of physical facade, rather than actually, hey, what's the experience I want here? Because that's the truth. People are not looking for the money. People are like, oh yeah, I want to make this much money, this is my goal. It's not the money, it's the experience and the feeling and the emotion that the money gives you.
And so is this why every day in the morning you're writing down goals, so you know exactly what you want and you know what you need to do to achieve that?
Yeah, the reason I write my goals down every day is because every time I take myself through this process.
Just for the listeners, what time do you wake up?
4 a.m.
4 a.m. And then what's the first thing you do?
Meditate. And then I work out.
And then after?
And then 3 days a week I'll go in the sauna. And then after the sauna, under the cold hose. Many physical health benefits, but also I'll tell you something that's really cool is the hosepipe experience is a constant reminder, not just my conscious mind, but at a cellular level, a constant reminder of external things don't affect the internal situation.
I think, because I remember I was doing the thing, the hose as well, and I think for me it was more like getting over, how do I say it? Like battling my mind to say, okay, no, this is fine, and then staying in that cold, in that uncomfortable like position, and just staying there and holding it, knowing that it will benefit me.
It just reminds me every day, every time I do it. I mean, because I do it 3 days a week in the sauna, so then this stonking hot sauna, and then walk outside. And obviously right now it's March, so we just come through winter, so there's times where there's frost outside and everything, and it just reminds me that, hey, if I don't feed my mind positively, it will just run away with what's happening. So like automatically what happens is some kind of defense response where it wants to make me go, oh yeah, it's cold. Where the truth is, if I can just relax and drop into the space of, might be a little bit cold here, but I know it's healthy for me, just breathe, everything is okay.
Yeah,
then all of a sudden I'm not doing that anymore. And the funniest thing is, when I do it, I go in the sauna, then I go under the hose, then I go back in the sauna, and then I go under the hose. And each day, the second time is always easier. Always easier. So you asked me why I'm writing the goals down every day. It's because going through that process time after time, it's getting easier to recognize what I want, but also I don't want to miss out on a chance to evolve, because every time that I write them down, something might just get slightly more defined. Like I'll explain it, or I'll write it down differently, or something, an idea. So the other 2 days, by the way, so on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I go in the sauna, do the hosepipe thing, and then I write my goals down, then I read a book. But on the 2 days, straight after the workout, I start writing my goals down. But then what I do is I use this as ideas time. So I probably take a bit longer and really think about the goals and just feel them out to what's the experience that I'm really looking for when I'm moving towards these goals and living these goals as if they've already happened. So what I'm doing is I'm focusing on the person I intend to become. So by doing this every day, I'm creating a clear mental picture of the person that I intend to become.
And when you're writing your goals down, how do you write them? Do you write them like, okay, so by this week I want to achieve this or that?
So I'm not writing goals down of I'm going to achieve anything by a week. I'll start with my 20-year goals, and then I'll go 10, 5, 1, and then the quarter. And I write it like it's already done.
What you mean by 28, 10?
No, 20 year. So in 20 years,
okay,
so in 20 years time, and then 10 years time, and I write it as if it's done, like it's already done. I'm fit, like the goal is achieved. I'm already living it. I'm writing it down as if I'm just writing in my diary as a journal to say, hey, yeah, this is my life right now.
So this is what I'm feeling. This is how.
Yeah, this is my experience. This is how I feel. Yeah. And then I'll be writing some actions down, like some growth actions that I know right now, today, if I bring myself back to the present day, that I'm not even capable of fulfilling. So I know I have to become someone bigger, better, stronger and faster to be able to deliver on these goals. That keeps me in tune with why I want it, why I want what I'm saying, I want to experience. And here's the thing, by doing it every day, if there's something that I'm not really attached to and it's not really what I want or why I want it, then I'm going to stop writing it down. This is the people I tell everybody who's on this program. I'm telling them, hey, you know the time where you want to quit and you think it's boring? That's the time you need to get excited, because a transformation or a penny drop moment or a realization or a new goal or a new experience is going to come to light. But you just got to stick in it, because sometimes, even now, I'm like, oh wow, yeah, just writing the same thing for a while. But now I've done it so many times that I'm like, oh, I understand that.
But it's so specific now, and you have a clear picture of what exactly you want.
Well, here's the thing: like you can write goals very specific if you wish, but you can also write goals generally. They both work. So I might say, I want the feeling of freedom. I'm totally free, being able to work with some of the greatest minds on the planet to assist humanity. Yeah, so that's general. I might be very specific and say, I live in a self-built private estate with a private team. I might say something like that. So you can be general or you can be specific. Both work.
Yeah. And what's like a 20-year goal or a 10-year goal that you have?
So right now, I write down experience, because at the end of the day, you might say I want to make this much money, or or I want this house or this car or whatever it might be. But the truth is, you want the experience. Yeah, so the experience is 20 years. I want to be totally free to literally be able to go any place, anywhere, and work and be working with the greatest minds on the planet, whoever that might be, whether in personal development, training, consulting, marketing, whoever it is, psychology, whatever it is, that are just a part of an elite team of leaders that are coming up with ways to help bring the rest of the planet forward through human ascension and understand financial, if that's still relevant, who knows, probably it is, but financial, physical, mental, emotional and spiritual potential. So actually, for people to just figure all of these different areas, have balance in these areas and realise that they can do anything they want. So I want to be working with the greatest minds, whether it be training, whether it be a business, whatever it may be.
My mum was suggesting me to do like a podcast, but I was like, nah, I don't know if that's my thing. I don't know if people would watch it. But I'm actually really enjoying this.
Yeah, but here's the problem. You know what people do? Is they might do a Facebook Live, or start a YouTube channel, or Instagram page, or whatever, and they get so many followers, and they do so many videos, and they put so many effort in, and they perceive nothing is happening, so they just stop. They do a Facebook Live, 10 people come onto it, and then it drops down to one viewer, and they're like, oh, nobody wants to listen to my stuff. I mean, man, you're just probably starting.
Yeah.
Like, give yourself a break. Ronnie O'Sullivan didn't just wake up one day and say, oh, wow, look at me. Yeah, I'm good at, every day he's playing snooker. Tiger Woods the same. He didn't just swing a piece of metal one day at a ball and say, oh wow, look at that. People are afraid to practice these days, especially in business, especially in sales and marketing. People are afraid to practice. They want to put themselves in a real life situation, which is okay because that's where you learn, but they're not ready to practice. They're not prepared to practice. I mean, look at a football team. Football team just don't play the games. They break the game down into sections, into plays, into certain skills. They might practice set pieces, passing, heading, shooting, free kicks, penalties, whatever it might be. They're going to break the situation down and they're going to practice. People don't practice in business. Especially when they start doing the job, they're like, oh, I just do the job now, so I don't need to practice anymore. Can you imagine if a sports athlete said that? Can you imagine if Usain Bolt said, hey, listen, I want a gold medal now. I don't need to train. I don't need to practice. I'll just run the race. Can you imagine?
And so many people wonder, like, I was watching videos, I think, of Grant Cardone or something, and people were asking him, like, you have all this money and you have all these properties that pay you monthly, so you obviously don't need the money. Like, you can live. So why do you keep doing this? Why are you doing these events? Why are you doing all this stuff online? And he's just like, because if I want to grow myself and I want to improve myself.
Yeah, I mean, I heard people ask him that too. Yeah, and sometimes I think myself, like, why do I, sometimes on the days where I'm like, oh my goodness, do I really need to get up? Maybe I'm not getting enough sleep, or maybe I need to have a break, or people tell me to slow down or chill out, and I'm thinking the same thing, and it's like, at the end of the day, if I'm here and I have the ability to do something, to help other people, to be able to give back, create a business where people can benefit. Can you imagine if Steve Jobs or Mark Zuckerberg, which have created outstanding products for people to be able to connect, and let's face it, I mean, those two people combined have allowed people to make millions, other people to make millions. You can literally use Facebook from your iPhone and make millions. Yeah. I mean, I've done it myself, so I know this is true. You imagine if they just was like, hey, you know what, I'm cool. I make this iPhone 1, so that's it. I'm not gonna do it. Like what was that company that made BlackBerry?
Oh.
Yeah, you see.
I don't know. I'm too young.
You say Black.
Yeah, I know what BlackBerry is.
Research something. Yeah, research something it was called. Yeah. What happened? They brought out one phone that was awesome because it had the keypad and people were loving it and all the rest of it, but it wasn't enough. It just was like, okay, yeah, this is it. This is what's going to change. This is what everybody wants. Yeah. And maybe it wasn't the time, but things change, so it wasn't enough. So you imagine people like, let's say Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, they just said, yeah, I'm happy with the current version or the current place where I'm at. Can you imagine if that happened? We wouldn't have what we have today, the connectivity, the ease of
The world would be different. And I think what people don't understand is that it takes a lot of hard work. Like Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook wasn't the first thing he launched. I remember watching a video that he launched like games, loads of apps, loads of different programs, and then loads of them failed, and he kept working hard, he kept designing programs, and then he designed Facebook. And obviously, as we can see now, it's blown up with billions of users. And same with Steve Jobs. He's obviously been working to achieve his goal.
Yeah, exactly.
And people, like, say they want to be, Gary Vee says the same thing. You want to be a social media influencer or something like that, some amazing businessman, or the best social media marketer or something like that, and you put up one post and you're like, there, where are my followers? Why haven't I grown yet? But say with Gary Vee as well, it took him 20 years to become where he is now, and he's now one of the best marketers there is. He has like a marketing agency. I think it's worth like over 120 million, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And people don't see everything that goes into the success.
Yeah, it's just small things that need to be done consistently.
Yeah.
But again, like I said before, people are not willing to practice, which means they're not willing to do things that, when people find a groove in life and they just stay in that groove, well, that just keeps you trapped. It keeps you small because you've got to keep doing different things. And that's what makes Gary good at marketing, because he's willing to try and do different things. I mean, I've watched it. I watched the things. I've watched all the different tweaks that he makes. You know, it's very clever. And this is like writing your goals down every day. Look, if you're not pumping out material like he is, he's pumping out so much material, he can adjust faster than most other people.
Yeah.
Because he's got so much feedback from all the data that he's putting out there and the results that he's getting. Same thing, when you write your goals down every day, you get more feedback. Whether that's an emotion, a feeling, a mental thought, the way you're thinking. You're getting this feedback that can help you adjust and say, well, am I on purpose? Is this really what I want? You know, the most people that I see who are still a little bit unclear or a lot unclear of where they want to go, I'm talking about the people in real life. I'm like, are you writing your goals down every day? They're like, oh, well, It's like, look, you know, you want to say that, you know, this is happening or it's difficult, but you don't even write your goals down. That's like literally going out in your car, and in this day and age, you're going to not a place where you know, and you're not using a sat nav. I mean, I don't know anybody who don't use a sat nav if they don't know where they're going. I mean, it's just a given thing now, isn't it? It's like, oh, send me the postcode, send me the address, send me the Google link, or whatever it might be. You know, so like, if you don't know what you want and why you want it, then it's like you're just shooting in the dark.
And I think it's important as well to understand why you want something. If it's just like a goal because someone else gave it to you. Like a lot of kids want to be doctors or lawyers because their parents are like, oh, this is a great paying job, so I'm gonna push my kid to do like go into college and get like a doctor's degree, and the kids may not even want to do that. So I forgot what I was saying.
Yeah, no, I get it, because, but again, people are not willing to practice. You see, when I'm writing my goals down every day, I'm practicing figuring it out. I'm practicing getting clearer. You know, sometimes people go to a workshop or a seminar, or they'll watch a video and they'll be like, oh yeah, well, goal setting. Oh wow, yeah, this is what I want. This is my why. I know my why. I know my why. What, you know your why? You told yourself your why once, and then 6 months later you might remind yourself what your why is. Listen, you need to do it every day.
Consistent.
You need to do it every day to really figure out what it is that you want. Because can you imagine writing your goals down once a year? I mean, who's going to be more in tune with what they want? Once a year guy? The once a month guy? Or the everyday guy?
Every day, 100%.
You know, so people ask me, oh, you know, it takes a long time to write down goals and all the rest of it. And listen, it takes a long time to go through life not knowing what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, did everyone ever think of that? You know, people are always thinking about what's the cost. Oh, the cost is going to cost me 10 minutes, 20 minutes maximum. Write my goals down every day. That's what it's going to cost me. Okay, what's the cost of not doing it? What's the cost of going 20, 30, 40 years through life, not knowing what you want? So all the decisions that you made all along the way were in a way of not knowing if it's getting you closer or further away from your ultimate purpose or your definite purpose.
Yeah. I suppose, yeah, that's like, if you think about it like that, like 10 minutes a day, or 20 minutes, or half an hour maximum. And then if you do this and do it, write down your goals correctly, then you're focused, and then you know what to work towards. Whereas if you don't do it, you can have like most of your life just wasted working on someone and doing stuff that you ultimately don't even want to do, just because you were told to do it by someone, because this is the right thing to do, or the way society wants.
Here's the thing: if you don't know what you're doing, then outside influences are going to kick your ass. And they're gonna make you believe that, oh wow, this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to go to school for this many years, learn how to get a job, go get a job, you know, get paid a salary, trade in my time, learn a profession, work my way up the corporate ladder. No, I'm not saying that's a bad thing or a good thing. I'm just saying, if you don't know what you want, how do you know that that's what you want?
Yeah.
Yeah. Without designing your own life, writing it down all the time, you're just going to default to what's going on around you. You know, you're not even going to question it, because you become conditioned that, oh, this is just the way it is. I've seen it happen in so many different ways, in shapes and forms. One way, a close friend of mine was just going through life, and he saw all his friends getting girlfriends, so he got a girlfriend and settled down after that age of just, you know, going out all the time, meeting different people. He said, oh, my mates are settling down, so he settles down. And then his mates were getting married, so he was getting married, and then his mates are getting pregnant, so he buys a dog instead. And then all of a sudden he then gets divorced, because he wakes up and realizes, oh wow, you know, I was just literally drifting. I know Napoleon Hill talks about this. He talks about drifters. You know, if you don't have got a definite achievement aim in line, and you're not making decisions that are either getting you closer to that, then you're a drifter. You just drift from one thing to the next. You're not quite sure what's going on. You're not sure if you're fulfilled in your job, or, you know, your profession, or whatever it might be.
Just following the herd sheep.
Yeah. I mean, it was funny, because I was at home the other day, and I could see the farmer in the field trying to get all the sheep.
That was hilarious.
And one sheep got away, and every single sheep followed that one sheep. Every single sheep. You know, so it's like people can only see the confidence of following the other. But at the end of the day, that's cool. Model other people. Have good mentors, coaches, trainers, fitness facilitators. Have that. But you got to still see then when these people are transferring information or creating experiences for you to learn, you're still going to need to make decisions based on what? I mean, the only way to make decisions effectively really is, does this get me closer to my goal or not? If it does, let me do it. If not, then I'm not doing it. Yeah. Without that, I can't see there's any mechanism to move towards anything.
Everything that you do should work towards or be something towards your purpose or mission in life, your goal in life, your ultimate goal. Then that way I think you'll always be motivated to get up out of bed and to work hard. Whereas if you're doing something that you just don't want to do, you're just doing because you were told to do it, or because it pays you enough to get by, then you're not going to be passionate about it, and you're not going to work hard for it. Whereas if you're doing something that you love, passionate about it, then you're going to work hard and it's going to work out eventually.
Yeah, so it's like the Robert Kiyosaki, the Rich Dad Poor Dad guy. He was saying that in the process of asking his father, which was his poor dad, I want to learn about money, he told him to go speak to his friend's dad, which he did. And he said, if you want to learn about money, I'll teach you, but I'll never pay you. I can never pay you. The moment I start paying you, that's it. You're not learning about money anymore. So that's what he did as a 9-year-old kid. Started doing some jobs here or there, realizing that if he ever fell into the trap of working for money, then he's going to be broke. But that's the trap that people fall into. They work for money.
And that's the trap that society puts everyone through as well. School, then college, and then get a job, and then work your ass off to get a pension.
Yeah, because his dad was a college educator.
Was it college? I thought it was just a teacher. Well, he was a teacher, right?
Yeah, he was in the education system. Yeah, working for the government. He was a government employee. And Robert said to him, he said, hey, I want to learn about money. When is school going to start teaching me about money? And he said, Robert, they don't teach you about money. You don't need to know about money. You just need to know how to get a job. And he said, yeah, but that isn't the job, the sole purpose to make money. And he was like, yeah, I suppose it is. I was like, okay, well, let's skip the job bit. I don't want to learn about a job, just teach me about the money.
Yeah.
And he said, the government don't let us teach you about money. The government tell us what it is that we have to teach you. So that's the whole thing. You don't learn about money.
It's amazing how you can go through how many years of school altogether? 6 in primary, then another 6 in secondary, and then so a minimum of 12 years, and then if you go to university to get your degree, and you're not taught.
Yeah, but that's a choice if you want to go to university.
Yeah.
People pay thousands to go to university for what? Some people are paying 30, 40, 50, even £100,000 to go to university, to go on I don't even know what it's called. Is it a course?
Yeah, of course.
It's called a course.
Yeah.
They're going to do a course for, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years, depending on what it is, with the hope then that they can get a job.
But some people dream of becoming a lawyer. Some people dream and love helping people by being a doctor. So I think if that's your passion, then I think you should go for it. But if you're just trying to go into college, get a job just to get by, then I think you need to find your purpose and go set some goals.
Absolutely, because I get the whole thing, and if you want to learn about being a doctor or a lawyer or anything like that, then yeah, you may have to go through the university to learn the principles and all of that good stuff.
Yeah, so what I was saying is, it's amazing how, well, for the first 12 years of school, and you're not taught a single bit about how to earn money, how to do this, how to pay taxes, how to increase your income, how to speak to employees. You're not taught anything. And you're taught subjects like geography and history, which you'll never use. You're taught maths, which the only maths you really need to do is kind of like multiplication, division, plus or minus. Like, you don't need to know all of these BIMDAS, minus B formulas, all those to calculate like arcs and shit, unless you're like an architect. Like, there's obviously professions that need that, but not all of them, and everybody's forced to learn all this, and you're not even taught like the most important things. You're not taught about like relationships, you're not taught about making money, you're not taught about like life. And I think the school system needs to change. Like, everything has been evolving for the past like decades, and if you look at schools between like 20 years ago and say now, nothing has changed except the colour of the board. I think you said the exact same thing sometime. Was that you?
What, about the colour of the board?
Yeah.
No, I didn't say that. But I get what you're saying, and it makes perfect sense. That's a whole other subject. So, I mean, all that people can do in the meantime is get on purpose and start moving towards what they want. So first thing you got to do is know what it is. Can you believe it's 1 in the morning? We are driving back after a 2-day program where, wow, there was a roller coaster ride for many people. It's a lot of emotions, and I'm definitely feeling the channel of some of this now. Looking forward to like an unplugged day, just where I can recharge.
Yeah, because that's
Center my energy again.
Especially with your busy lifestyle, that you're always waking up before, you're working hard all day, and then you go to bed.
Yeah, but I love that.
And you choose to do it, which is, well, I think that's good as well. You have the choice to do it.
I love it. It's the main thing. It's I love business. I love setting up systems and vehicles that people can follow and add value to people, and people get fulfillment. I mean, I look at all the people, the employees, the people that work for us, with us, you know, directly, the contractors, all the people, the coaches, people who want to deliver the training. All these people are, you know, very enthusiastic because they know they're all working for a mission. They're not working for me. You know, they're tapping into some very powerful abilities. You know, some of these people are working in corporate organizations for years, and within short few, you know, even weeks, if not weeks, then just a couple of months, people already start to see how much more they're actually capable of, just when they can get in alignment. When in alignment, I mean, they might know that their ultimate purpose, but what they know is what they're doing right now feels good. Yeah, and if what you're doing right now feels good, and you know it's good for the greater good as well, then that's a good sign. Yeah, because it's all about feeling better. Like, my goal, my experience this quarter has been, you know, to feel better and empowered all the time. Has it happened? Well, no. But by setting my intention and really feeling and embodying what it's like to feel better all the time. Because at the end of the day, it's my thoughts that direct my attention, and my attention directs my life. So I've got to choose my thoughts wisely.
Yeah, everything starts with your thoughts, with your beliefs. If you believe you can do it, then you can. If you believe you can't, then you can't.
Yeah.
So everything starts with what you believe in. And some people say, fake it until you make it. And then I heard someone say, and I really like this, believe it until you make it. And I think that's like a good reverse. And yeah.
You just got to know that it's coming. You know, that's belief. The belief is, it's like, oh, I don't need to see the physical world result now. You know, people think, oh, you know, when I have the money, when I make this much money, or when I get this my first deal, or when I get this property, or when I raise this investor finance, when I create this business, when I have this relationship, then I'm gonna, you know, be happy. Then I'm gonna feel satisfied. Then I'm gonna celebrate. Then I'm gonna reward myself. I mean, the truth is, you already got to be that way. You know, the fact is that you don't have it, and you're talking about that you're gonna celebrate or do something good when you do have it, just repels it further, because you're not you're not a welcoming home for that to sit into. Like, you want to house a new business, or you want to house a new situation, but you're not the right docking station for it. Yeah, you're going to become the docking station for your future by just acting and embodying that it's done.
What do you mean by docking station?
Well, think of it. It's like, okay, I've got a future that I want to create for myself, a future life. You know, goals and dreams that I got.
No,
Yeah.
What's a docking station?
That's what I'm saying. I need to make myself the docking station. Think of what a docking station is. It's just something that goes in. Yeah, like my phone goes into the docking station. So the phone is the future. The docking station is me.
Oh, okay.
If I don't make myself a good house, a good home for the future me to live, then how can it come to me? How can I fit into that?
So yeah, for those of who are listening, I hope the audio is fine. I know we are in the car. We're coming back from an amazing 2-day event. Loads of lives were transformed, and even with the coronavirus, loads of people showed up, and the event went great. And yeah, so it is, what time is it? It's 1:30, like 1:23 a.m. and we decided to record this little podcast. So
Thanks for listening. Tune in, subscribe, download, get in touch, reach out, just do whatever that you need to do to get the information.
whatever it takes.
Yeah, to get the information that you can turn into an experience. That's the key. Real life group. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Keep listening. Just remember, you got to do the right thing for the right reason, because that's the only way that you're going to discover your true potential.